Hi everybody, I'm Sabine Lindsay, founder of PaperSpecs with your weekly dose of paper inspiration. There was a special feeling of triumph and adventure in the air. No, I'm not talking about the 50th anniversary of the moon landing, impressive as that still is. Rather, it was being able to see and hold another example of human determination and ingenuity. The oversized Engraving is a Statement print created by Chicago's Artistry, Engraving and Embossing company. While at first glance the piece is impressive for sure, to appreciate the sheer perseverance it took to create the piece, to truly appreciate it, you have to examine it closely. That's really the only way to register the subtle differences in color and the crazy small details engraved in this 10 by 38 inch broadside produced on Mohawk Keaykolour paper. Artistry, Engraving and Embossing's Philip Gattuso used 18 different colors in all to bring it to life. Wait, 18 colors, can that really be? Yes, and for those of you new to engraving, let me give you the quick Cliff Notes overview. In the engraving process, your artwork is etched into a copper or zinc printing plate, also called a die. Maximum size for those plates, and thus your engraving artwork is 4.5 by 9 inches. The finished plate is filled with ink, and after ensuring any excess ink is removed, slightly moistened paper is pressed against the engraving plate with immense pressure, literally pulling the ink from the plate's subsurface and onto the paper. This causes the engraving ink to sit high on top of your sheet. As you can imagine, this process is extraordinarily tough on the paper used each time you send the same sheet through the press. To achieve all 18 color variations, Phil had to hand feed the sheet through 40 times. I can feel you trying to do the math. Let me help. Remember, engraving plates are only 4.5 by 9 inches in size. So in order to fill the whole poster with his artwork, Phil had to create 40 different plates that ultimately come together like a puzzle to create this amazing design. And yes, this calls for amazing super tight registration. One of the great advantages of engraving, and something that still boggles my mind to this day, is the fineness of the detail you can achieve. Take the spot in the corner of the poster that says, "Look." On closer examination, you'll find a bug next to it that contains, and you have to have a printer's loop to actually read this, a 0.85 point type. This is crazy. Like letterpress printing, engraving is done one color at a time, meaning you cannot build colors in CMYK. Due to the opacity of the ink, engraving is a fabulous process for colored stocks, which is where Mohawk's Keaykolour line comes into play. It was the perfect choice for an engraving print. This line features papers in 43 different colors, so there were plenty of hues from which to choose from. And Phil selected 10 different ones, just because he could. Never want to leave well enough alone, and to show you just how special these limited edition posters are, Phil also created a belly band for each sheet describing the project specs as well as ensuring the authenticity by hand numbering each one of these beauties. This, my friends, is not your average engraving project. This is not for the faint of heart. This is a piece of art to have and to hold, to cherish, to admire, and yes, to be inspired by. And you want to have one, don't you? Well, if you are a PaperSpecs VIP member, you will find one of these amazing print samples in your next quarterly box. If you're not a VIP member yet, what are you waiting for? This is so much more than just a box of paper samples. Sign up now to become a VIP member at PaperSpecs.com. Did you enjoy this video? Then please subscribe to our channel. And of course, it would be amazing if you share with all your friends. And keep sending me your fabulous printed samples. I love to feature them.